Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be exploring Mike Dooley's Infinite Possibilities, the art of living your dreams.
Oh, yeah. I love that book.
Me too.
Yeah.
And we're going to be kind of, extracting those core principles from his whole philosophy, but more importantly, figuring out how you can actually use this stuff.
Yeah, that's the important part.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Yeah.
not just like a nice theory, but like how do you put it into practice
Exactly.
in your own life?
Yeah, Dooley's work is fascinating because he takes, these sometimes kind of big abstract spiritual ideas.
Right.
And he makes them really practical.
Yeah.
He's not about strict rules or, rituals or anything like that. It's really about understanding how our thoughts and our beliefs can actually shape our reality.
Okay, so he has this central concept, I guess, is like, thoughts become things.
Yeah.
But he doesn't just throw that out there, right?
Yeah.
And he shares stories like, for example, the one about winning a horse show as a kid.
Yeah.
He was like literally visualizing himself getting that blue ribbon every night before bed.
Uh-huh.
And then, lo and behold,
He wins.
he wins. So is this just, is this just positive thinking though?
It's a great question.
Like how is Dooley's approach different?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just about thinking, happy thoughts or trying to be optimistic all the time.
Right.
Dooley suggests that thoughts have a real power to them, like a kind of energy.
Okay.
He even uses this term pre-matter to describe this idea. And, pre-matter is this idea that thoughts might actually be the blueprint.
Interesting.
The very first form of what later becomes our physical experiences. Like it starts with a thought and then...
So you're saying, like, if you're constantly thinking about what you don't want,
Yeah.
you might actually be attracting more of that into your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he talks about this, this idea that the rich get richer. It's not about some system that's rigged or, against others.
Right.
It's that their beliefs about abundance,
Yeah.
even down to their smallest actions, are just aligned with attracting more wealth.
So it sounds like, it's more than just, fleeting thoughts, right? It's like our deeper beliefs are involved here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dooley suggests paying attention to these seemingly insignificant actions
Okay.
to uncover those hidden beliefs. So think about it, like, do you drive really slowly to save gas?
Right.
Or do you always say relationships never last? Those small actions can actually reveal a lot about your subconscious beliefs,
Yeah.
about yourself and the world.
So how would you apply this to the listener? What are those little things, you do or say that might be, holding you back?
Yeah, it's a good thing to reflect on, and it's not just about the negative.
Right.
Right. When have you effortlessly attracted good things?
Like those lucky breaks we all get sometimes.
Right.
Those might point to beliefs that are actually working in your favor.
So how do we uncover those beliefs?
That's where Dooley, he suggests paying attention to our emotions,
Okay.
especially those uncomfortable ones.
So you're saying, like, he's not saying we should dwell
Right.
in those
Right.
negative feelings.
Right. He sees them as valuable feedback,
Okay.
a signal that something might be out of alignment. And he shares his own experience with fear of flying.
Right.
Like, he was terrified for years.
Oh, wow.
But instead of, just avoiding it, he decided to kind of, explore the fear, try to understand what beliefs were fueling that fear.
So like facing it head on.
Yeah, he faced it head on. It was a process.
Yeah.
But through facing that fear, his perspective shifted and the fear actually subsided. It's like he says, emotions are signposts.
They're guiding us toward greater self-awareness.
Interesting. Okay, so how do we apply that to like other emotions? Right, not just fear. Like say you're feeling frustrated or stuck. How would you approach that?
Yeah, it's about getting curious
Okay.
about the emotion.
Yeah.
Instead of judging it or trying to push it away.
Okay.
Ask yourself, like, what is this feeling trying to tell me? What belief is it connected to?
Okay.
Maybe you feel frustrated because you believe you're not capable of achieving something.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Dooley would say, that's an opportunity to examine that belief,
Okay.
to see if it's really serving you.
So it's about becoming aware of those underlying beliefs.
Yes.
And seeing if they need to be kind of adjusted.
Precisely. And this leads to a key idea in Dooley's work. Life is a magical adventure.
Okay.
He doesn't see the universe as random or indifferent. He believes it's actually conspiring to support our dreams.
So it's not just about sitting back and waiting for things to happen.
No. We have to meet it halfway.
So we have to take action.
Exactly. He tells this great story about getting his dream job.
Okay.
After months of setbacks. He almost gave up. But then this unexpected opportunity appeared.
Okay.
And he believes, that the universe was kind of orchestrating things behind the scenes. But he had to be open to it, to trust the process even when things looked bleak.
That makes me think about times when, things haven't gone according to plan.
Yeah.
But somehow it worked out even better.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced something similar?
Absolutely.
Like those, coincidences or those, fortunate turns of events.
Yeah. Those moments can be such powerful reminders.
Yeah.
That there's often a bigger picture unfolding, even if we can't see it in the moment.
Right.
And Dooley would say, those aren't just random occurrences, but glimpses of the universe's magic at work.
Okay, that brings us to something I'm kind of curious about. Dooley offers all these practical techniques for manifesting our dreams,
right.
Visualization, affirmations. But I've always wondered, how do those things actually work? Is it just wishful thinking?
I think there's more to it than that.
Okay.
Dooley's approach is rooted in this idea that our thoughts and feelings have a real impact on our reality.
Okay.
So visualization, for instance, is about creating a clear mental picture of what you desire, engaging all your senses, really feeling the emotions as if it were already real.
So it's almost like training your mind to believe it's already happening, which in turn, might influence your actions to attract those experiences.
That's a great way to put it. And then there are affirmations,
right?
Which are those positive statements that are designed to kind of reprogram your subconscious mind.
Okay.
By repeatedly affirming what you want, you're essentially replacing those limiting beliefs. With empowering ones.
He also talks about acting as if your dream has already come true.
Exactly. And that can be incredibly powerful.
Okay.
It's about, behaving as though you already have what you desire.
Okay.
Dressing for the job you want.
Right.
Speaking as if you're already in a loving relationship.
Yeah.
Or carrying yourself with the confidence of someone who has achieved their goals.
Okay.
He has this funny story about pretending to own a private jet. With his family.
Wow.
They would imagine flying off to exotic locations, really getting into the feeling of it.
So it's like a mental rehearsal for the life you want to create.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And by embodying those feelings, joy, gratitude, excitement, you're aligning yourself with the frequency of your dreams. And Dooley stresses that there's no one right way to do this.
Okay.
Experiment, play with different techniques.
Right.
And see what works for you.
Okay, so we're starting to see some tools we can use. But how does this, magical universe actually work?
Right.
Is it some kind of supernatural force?
I mean, he uses the term magical universe to describe a universe that's not only aware, but also actively conspiring to support our desires.
Okay.
But it's not about winning the lottery or defying the laws of physics.
Right.
It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of everything.
Okay.
Those synchronicities and opportunities that appear just when you need them.
So it's not about expecting miracles.
Right.
But being open to recognizing the ways in which the universe might be supporting us.
Exactly. Dooley would argue that those lucky breaks are often signs of the universe at work, guiding us toward our dreams.
So where does understanding come into play?
Yeah, so understanding in Dooley's view is about connecting the dots.
Okay.
Between our inner world and our outer experiences.
Right. Yeah.
Recognizing that our thoughts, our beliefs, our intentions have a tangible impact on what we create in our lives.
So it's not enough to just wish for things.
Right.
We have to understand how our inner world is shaping our outer reality.
Exactly. And part of that understanding involves involves taking responsibility for our own lives.
Right.
You know, we're not just passive victims of circumstance. We have the power to choose our thoughts, our beliefs, and our actions.
So it's about recognizing our own agency.
Absolutely.
In creating our experiences.
Absolutely. And Dooley acknowledges that taking responsibility can be uncomfortable at times.
Yeah.
You know, it requires honesty and a willingness to challenge our limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
But he also stresses that it's incredibly empowering.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
It shifts us from a place of powerlessness to a place of agency where we recognize that we're the authors of our own stories.
Okay, that makes sense. You know, it's about recognizing that we have more control than we often realize. Now, Dooley also talks a lot about abundance, right?
Yes.
Not just, financial abundance, but abundance in all areas of life.
Yes, he sees abundance as our natural state.
Okay.
And he uses this analogy of a limitless universal bank account.
Okay.
You know, we already have all the resources we need, but we have to learn how to access them.
Okay.
It's about shifting our mindset from scarcity to abundance.
So how do we do that? How do we tap into that flow of abundance?
He suggests several things. You know, stop focusing on what you lack and start focusing on what you already have.
Right.
Cultivate an attitude of gratitude and act as if you're already living the abundant life you desire.
He also talks about health being a crucial aspect of abundance.
Yes, absolutely.
And he doesn't just mean like physical health. Right?
No, he takes a holistic view.
Okay.
You know, he argues that our bodies are always striving for health and balance.
Right.
But our thoughts and beliefs can either support or sabotage that process.
So it's about recognizing like the inherent intelligence of the body and trusting its ability to heal and thrive.
Exactly. Pay attention to the messages your body is sending you.
Uh-huh.
You know, those aches, pains, and illnesses can be signals that something needs to change in your thoughts, beliefs, or lifestyle.
Okay, that's a really interesting perspective. It's not just about treating symptoms, but addressing those underlying causes.
Precisely. Now, Dooley also dedicates a significant part of his book to relationships.
Okay.
And he says they're not just these random occurrences, but deliberate choices that we've made on a soul level. And he sees them as opportunities for growth and expansion.
He's not saying we can control or change other people, though.
No. He emphasizes focusing on our own growth and understanding rather than trying to fix or manipulate others.
Right.
It's about, taking responsibility for our own happiness within the context of our relationships.
Okay, and one thing he stresses is honoring our desires.
Yes.
What does he mean by that?
He says, let your burning desire set the world on fire. And he's not talking about, selfish wants.
Right.
But those deep-seated longings that come from our soul, the things that make us feel truly alive.
Right.
He believes those desires are gifts.
Okay.
Pointing us toward our purpose.
But sometimes those desires can seem scary, or unrealistic, like they're too big or too bold to actually achieve.
That's where Dooley would encourage us to have faith in the magical universe, to trust that it's conspiring to support our dreams,
right?
Even if we can't see how it'll all work out.
So it's about trusting the process, even when we can't see the entire path ahead.
Exactly. And that trust often requires us to challenge those limiting beliefs.
Okay.
Those thoughts that tell us we're not good enough or capable enough.
Right.
Dooley encourages us to replace those beliefs with thoughts that empower us and expand our sense of possibility.
So it all comes back to his core principle: thoughts become things.
Yes, our thoughts have incredible power.
Yeah.
They shape our reality and they determine our destiny.
So the question for the listener is, what thoughts are you choosing to entertain? Are you dwelling on fear and lack?
Yeah.
Or are you focusing on love, abundance, and possibility?
Yeah, because as Dooley reminds us, we are constantly creating our reality with every thought we think.
Yeah, it's a powerful message.
Yeah.
Reminding us that we have more agency than we often realize, but it can also feel kind of overwhelming.
Right.
Like, where do I even start?
That's where Dooley's practical tools and techniques come in. We've touched on some of them, like visualization, affirmations, acting as if.
Yeah.
But he also emphasizes taking action.
Okay.
He calls them acts of faith. Those small steps we take towards our dreams, even if we don't know the entire path.
So it's about taking those initial steps
Yeah.
and trusting that the path will unfold.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Those acts demonstrate our commitment.
Okay.
And they create momentum. It's like we're signaling to the universe that we're serious about our dreams.
And speaking of signaling,
Yeah.
Dooley is a big believer in the power of gratitude.
Oh, absolutely.
And he doesn't just see it as like a nice emotion.
Right. No, he considers it a powerful creative force.
Okay.
When we focus on what we're grateful for,
Yeah.
our energy shifts from lack to abundance, and we attract more good things into our lives.
Right. How do you find gratitude when things are tough?
Yeah, that's a good question. Dooley encourages us to find gratitude even in those difficult moments.
Okay.
There are always things to be grateful for.
Right.
Our health, our loved ones, lessons learned, opportunities for growth.
Right.
It's about, shifting our perspective to see the good, even amidst challenges.
So this all ties back to his idea of emotions being signposts.
Yeah.
We talked about fear, but what about when we feel, lost? Uh-huh.
Or uncertain.
Yeah.
How do we navigate those feelings?
Dooley would say that feeling lost is a signal to pause.
Okay.
To reflect and to reconnect with your inner compass.
Okay.
It's an opportunity to reevaluate your goals, your beliefs, and your direction.
So even those moments of uncertainty can be valuable.
Absolutely. They can be opportunities for profound growth and self-discovery. And ultimately, Dooley reminds us that we are already living the life of our dreams. This is an inescapable truth. Look around you at all that you now see and feel. This is what you've called forth. And you can change it all in the twinkling of an eye.
So what does all this mean for our listener?
It means you have incredible power to shape your reality. You're not a victim of circumstance. You're a creator.
Yeah.
You're a manifester. And you have the ability to create a life that truly reflects your deepest desires.
And aspirations.
So Dooley invites us to step into that power and start living the lives we were born to live.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he leaves us with this thought. You are exactly who the greatest you, aka God, most wanted to be. Not a frail offshoot who must bow, curtsy, and yield to this higher power, but an unbeknownst Lord yourself. So embrace your power, trust in the magical unfolding of your life, and go out there and create the life of your dreams.
Because as Mike Dooley reminds us, infinite possibilities await. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into infinite possibilities.
Yes, thank you.
We hope you found some valuable insights and practical tools to apply to your own life.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing,
keep dreaming,
and keep believing in the power of your dreams.
Did you get any of that?